Hello, I am Simulator Dirk and welcome back to Train Sim World. This time, this is East Coastway and we're down in Brighton. So we'll just wait for that train to depart.
This is Brighton Station, the terminus of the Brighton Main Line from London and hub for several railways operating along the south coast of England. Head over to platform 6 to catch a train.
There was just a train leaving platform 5, now we're going to platform 6. Follow the markers onto the train. The class 377 looks very similar to the 375 that we were just on. Sit in any available seat. We'll go up here. Yeah, why not?
The East Coastway route provides vital transportation between historic towns, seaside resorts and coastal industry. You'll have the chance to experience both passenger and freight operations in the area.
Oh, okay, I didn't know there was freight. I haven't watched any videos on East Coastway, by the way. I have seen some screenshots and that's about it. And I have played the route on Train Simulator.
You're currently riding a Class 3774 electric multiple unit. These run as 4, 8 and 12 car formations and operate all of the passenger services along this line.
So very similar to the 375s.
Train Sim World allows you to ride and drive trains from a selection of internal and external camera angles. Let's take a look now while exploring the exterior of this train.
Okay. Let's do what it's telling us to do. Front. Oops. Hang on. External. Then front.
Other internal and external camera views are available to be explored. These can be accessed with the number keys. You've only travelled a short distance here, so let's take a look at what else there is to enjoy.
Let's do that. Let's do it.
Welcome to the East Coastway. Take on the challenge of keeping commuters and tourists on the move. Drive over towering viaducts, around rolling hills and through coastal towns. Operate a multitude of service patterns between a variety of destinations. Deal with on-the-job and line-side emergencies. Along the way, be sure to place route maps, open ticket machines, fix damaged fences, and introduce new cycle maintenance points. Choose passenger or freight operations and take a trip along the East Coastway.
So that was cool. Alright, let's do the next one, the 377 introduction. which I'm presuming would be very similar to the 375 that we did in previous episodes, but we will do it anyway.
Welcome to this Class 3774 electric multiple unit in Southern Livery. This brief introduction will cover basic driving controls, passenger door operation and recovery from an emergency stop. Climb aboard to get started.
Okay.
A lot of time will be spent in the driver's seat. Activate the control desk as indicated.
Okay. Master key.
The direction switch is used to determine the direction of travel.
So we can go into forward.
Apply some power now to get moving.
Okie dokie.
To slow down and stop, move the power brake controller into the brake range.
In some ways I wasn't worried as much about the class 375 in the previous series on Southeastern, because I knew that we were going to do a fair bit of it here as well. So So we're just going to crawl up to the depot exit signal. Up that smidgen more. Alrighty, here we are.
Brighton is a busy station. Wait here until clearance is given to continue.
Okay. Await the road, proceed when the signal permits. Now, interestingly here, on the front, underneath, it tells us the, oh, you can actually change it yourself. So if you've got an 8-car change, you can change that marker. 12-car train, that's interesting. So 8, so we're obviously a 4, so we'll just keep it as 4. And on the screen above, we can also see that we're 4 cars there, so 4 cars there. That's cool. I was not aware of that. So a slightly less complicated train than the Javelin, that's for sure. What does the horn sound like? Got a depot whistle, this one. Okay, we got the signal. We can proceed. So, third rail, electric train. I think I've been to Brighton in the UK. I think I have. Definitely been down that area. No more signals between here and the platform. We can go in faster, but there's no need to.
Use the power brake controller to apply some brake force to stop at the indicated point. If you stop short, apply power again to get moving.
Okay. So we'll just come in nicely. Little markers are off. Oh, we're going to stop where the sign tells us to.
Take a quick glance at the platform to ensure all is safe, then unlock the doors.
Okay, our door controls. Hang on a minute. Door controls are here. Oh, the door release, okay. Direction switch to off. Master key to off.
With passengers boarding, shut down this cab and head to the other end of the train to prepare for departure.
Okay. got him in the right position. Okay, let's get in the seat.
Set the controls as before in preparation to move.
Okie dokie. Master key on. Direction switch to forward.
It's time to depart. Set the doors to locked.
Headlights. Day running. Time to lock the doors.
The route ahead has been granted, so apply power to get moving. Be aware that before arriving at the next station, an emergency stop will be simulated.
Rightio. So again, it'll be a slow departure out of here. Go via London Road. So here they're actually going to remind us how to recover from an emergency brake application. Which is good. Maybe I should have done this first and then Southeastern after that. East Coastway has actually been out for a little bit of time. I got it on a sale. Emergency stop. Ah!
To recover from this situation, the controls must first be reset. Follow the indicated steps.
So the direction switch to off. Director switch to forward. Power brake to off.
The train is ready to move again. Continue on to the next station.
That was simple. So basically just cut back out, cut back in, and you are sweet. There's the next station.
Use the power brake controller to apply some brake force to stop at the indicated point. If you stop short, apply power again to get moving.
Too far, we weren't paying attention. Uh-oh. Alright, now... I haven't put any cab lights on yet, have I? Door close. Door release, electric door opening. So what this should do, if we can have a look at our cameras outside, we might not be able to because we're in a tunnel. The parts of the train that are off the platform, the door should not open. That's the theory behind selective door opening.
Good work. That concludes this introduction. More details on the operation of this train can be found in the manual.
There's a manual, that's good. And somehow I still got a gold medal. So we will continue. French Connection is our next scenario. So we'll see how we go here. Yeah, just like driving a 375 pretty much effectively. Okay, so what is going to be the French Connection? Welcome to Lewes. A boat train service has arrived from London and your task is operating the last leg down to Newhaven Harbour. Sit in the seat. Master key to on. Directional switch to forward. To forward. Unlock. Doors. Day running lights. Tail lights on. Cab light on. Oh, and we should put the DRA on because we don't have the signal. There's another train coming in. Close the doors. When signals permit, apply power to get moving. So we've got the signal now, so Newhaven Harbour in 9.5 kilometres. Okie dokie, let's go. No need to get too excited. We've got another stop signal in a kilometre or half a kilometre. We've only got a low speed limit anyway. There was that train that was just ahead of us that departed just before we did, so that's one thing that you'd have to be mindful of. The signal's just cleared. I officially don't know that yet. Are we forecast? Yes, we are. Should have our signal coming up, and we'll see if our AWS is activated. No, it hasn't. Miles an hour. So proceed indicator proceed indication with a route indicator. So we're going through here at I missed that speed limit change. Just for the turnout. Now we can get the power back on. Shut off here. .6 kilometres to go before our station. We'll increase the power a bit. Got a speed limit change coming up, so we'll apply a little bit of brake just to get us down under it. Here we go. Increase our speed in a moment. It's one station we don't have to worry about. So just before the station, or about 600 metres before the station, got a speed limit change, so we can just cruise like this for about 3 kilometres or so. Let's have a look outside. I'll try and get away from these trees, shall I? Oh, we weren't paying attention because we were outside, so our speed did creep up. We do have a change in speed limit coming up in about 1 kilometre. Still got to wipe off about 30 kilometres an hour. So we'll start to do that now. Only 3 notches of brake to worry about. Alright, we're good now, so we can just take the brake off. freight train over there. And we need to start getting ready to brake for the station. Some horn. Not this station. Just got a yellow now. Next one stop, which should be at the end of the Newhaven Harbour platform. Start to come in, we'll start to brake. Got a speed limit change to contend with as well. Platform coming up. Okay, there's the platform. So we're just going to come in nice and slow. That's quite a nice view. Alright, so we've been in the cab. So I've got to wait till 9:12:30 now. So where's the ferry? Oh, there's a ferry over there. That must have been the ferry that I saw in the screen caps. Would have been nicer to put the train onto the other platform and then they could have just walked. Well, I suppose they do have a level crossing down there, so... Alright, 9:12:30. It's almost 9:12:30 now, but we'll have to wait till it is actually 9:12:30. That's it for this run. Thanks for lending a hand. Okay, no worries, I guess. What do I do now? I got a silver medal. I don't know why I was on time and everything like that. Okay, I've driven worse and got gold medals, so... Alright. What is our next scenario? Let's have a look at that. But in the meantime, here's a preview of other transport simulators across Simulate Dirk. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're on an all stations train. Let's see. Yeah, direction switch to key in. Direction switch to forward. Now headlights, etc. to day running. Taillights on. And we can go to the platform. So there's a semaphore signal, that's interesting. Alright. Unlock the doors. So we're due out at 7:03. Let's have a look at our train quickly. Oh, hang on, we need to go in the cab. We need to change those tail lights. That's better. Alright, we're still loading passengers. About the next 20 seconds. All stations to Brighton. Let's go. Newhaven town next. 500 metres, so not far at all. Whoa. Didn't take the speed limit into account there. Quick acceleration. Station's just there. Now I had all these markers and everything turned off, but because I'm on a new version or a new route, it seemingly forgot those. Southeast next, 4.4 kilometres away. We've got a signal at stop at 1.5 kilometres away, so our route knowledge in the real world would tell us that, considering we departed on a yellow or a medium or a caution, depending on your terminology. Up, so we're starting to brake. Now it could be tempting to go, oh well, the speed limit's 97 is about 115, but we do have this red signal ahead. That has changed. I haven't set up the AWS, which should beep at me now. I can see the green signal, so let's go. Station in 3 kilometres. So realistically, we'll probably get to about 80 or 90, and then it'll be time to start to brake for the station. Just under 2 k's to go now before the station. One of our colleagues. We have a speed zone change coming up, but we've also got the station, so I'm more concerned about braking for the station than I am about the speed limit change at the moment. If I wasn't stopping here, if I was, in express, next stop Brighton, I'd be more concerned about the speed limit change and not about the station. Now I'm a bit cautious because I've never really seen these stations before. Pretty good. Yeah, the passenger door's on, that's all we need to worry about. It's a good little scene, actually. Time to lock our doors. 70 miles an hour we can do. We're only just starting to accelerate now, so won't have to worry about that for a little bit. 4.5 k's before our next station. So we can just go to 4 notch and stay at 4 notch for a while. There's a freighter. We'll drive a freighter next episode. Now realistically we'd have a spot here where we know that we should brake for this next speed zone change in a kilometre's time. I'm just going to start to brake now. So we've braked for it, and we can just cruise up to it a little bit. I probably broke realistically just a little bit too early, but that's fine. So for this crossover, so we're about 1.5 kilometres away from the station. We can increase speed. Don't want to get too excited though, the station is around the corner. Realistically, this bridge is probably a good indicator to start braking. I've noticed that in many instances we've only, even though we can have like up to a 12-car train with selective door opening, the platforms aren't 12 cars long, with the possible exception so far that I've seen of Brighton. Probably a bit too slow. Although we do have a speed limit change again, down to 32 kilometres an hour. There's our platforms. That can be deceptive because that was the train beside us that opened the doors and we heard the beeps and just when I think that I found a good shot. Hang on. We get one that's even better. In the cab. We'll lock the doors. Slow speed out of here. Yeah, that's a low one. I've got to pay more attention to that. It's my first day. Wait for our whole train to get in the section. Lucky for us, we've only got a small 4-car train, not a 12-car train. That'll take some time to get used to. Me coming up to 10-car trains, 12-car trains. It takes a lot longer for those trains to clear things like we're doing now. We have done it now, so let's go. Kilometres to go, and we're all stations, but we've still got 7 kilometres in between stations at points. So just under 3 kilometres to go before our next station, Falmer, I think. And I've never been there. kilometres to go now. So I'm starting to think, where's my braking marker? Where do I shut off and where's my braking marker for this station, considering that it's a relatively high speed approach in terms of what the actual speed limit is. That small tunnel might be a good idea, good place to think about it. We'll put some brake on here, especially considering short platform, short train. So if I can bring the speed down, and especially considering I've never actually done this before. So perhaps the end of the tunnel might have been the point to start braking rather than the start, but that's when you're taught. That's what you're actually taught when you're a professional train driver. Okay, so our platform is here. Nicely. So we've got a little bit of room at the end there. Let's lock the doors. K's to our next station, Malscombe. It's interesting that we're driving a southern train and it's called East Coastway. Well, I suppose Southeastern was already taken at that point. I don't know. There's been so many changes to British rail operators within the last few years. K's now to the station. On a speed limit change, but I'm not as concerned about that because the station is before then. So I'd be taught a particular landmark. Maybe this bridge is probably a useful one to stop powering and to start thinking about braking. I'm going to have to get into it now. Sometimes funny how you only know places because you've driven a train there. And how some places you only know because there's a train station there, or that's your braking point, or that's your powering point for a particular station. We're pulling up okay-ish. Nicely done. Now what would be really nice is if you didn't have to wait the full minute or 30 seconds that it says that you need to wait. It's like, okay, I should be able to go now. Let's try that. Now it says to unlock the doors. Be nice if you can judge. Oh, we're clear. London Road, which is the station before Brighton. In 1.6 k's, so realistically you'd probably get to about 80 k's, shut off and then start thinking about braking. Let's work on that theory. So that's 80 k's, so we'll shut off now. Now sometimes you don't have a landmark, or sometimes your landmark would be very, very vague. That signal's probably a good one. Or this bridge that's coming up. Might be a particular building, like that red building. Might be a braking marker. The tunnel's probably a bit too close to be. That's a good reference point, but you'd probably want to be braking before then. Oops, wrong way. Hang on, I want to actually go up to the marker. Oops, and then I went too far. But I'm okay because we've got a long section. Got a long section between, yeah, we're just on. Got a long section between our driver's cab and the front set of doors, so we're just on there. And then we've got a relatively slow speed approaching to Brighton. And as we saw before at the start of this episode, it's a relatively slow speed entry into the terminal at Brighton. Lots of crossovers. Nice looking viaduct that we're Oh, that's nice. So we're going on to platform 8. Now, this isn't always the case, but the fact that they've given us a platform number should mean that we've got no more signals in our way that would provide a stop indication between that signal that told us that we were going on to platform 8 and platform 8. That doesn't always work. but we're just going to come in nice and slowly. Just a little bit of power, not much. Curved platform, this one. Just be ready to get back on the brake. Ow. Alright, now we unlock the doors. Reading passengers. So what we can do, we can preempt things here. We can turn our headlights off, turn our taillights on, because we'd have to obviously change ends. Now realistically you could have already done this, but the way that I like to do it is unload the passengers first, get to that point, and we get a gold medal, level 15 for Simulated Irk, level 5 for East Coastway, and level 5 for the Class 377. Anywho, I've been Simulated Irk. We're going to drive some freight next time on East Coastway. I've been Simulated Irk. You've been wonderful. Thanks for watching. Stay behind the yellow line. And bye-bye for now.